Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny, and it's Wednesday night. Time for Wacky Wednesday or Wing It Wednesday, or what are we doing on Wednesday? It could be any of those things. So I'll give you a few minutes to get a notification that we're going live, and then we'll make a card. We're using some really bright colors tonight. But you know I love bright colors, so that's okay, isn't it? Hi, Leanne. Thanks for joining us. You know, yesterday was the first day you could order from the new catalog, and I saw that lots of you took advantage of that. So I'm looking at this cover here. I think that would be a fun card to make right there, wouldn't it? Just copy the card. That one's so pretty. Well, so there's lots of fun things, and guess what? We can show you the inside of the catalog now. So if you haven't had time to look through it, you need to go ahead and do that. Decide what you want to order. Remember, if you really love these in colors, let's see, where are they here? I saw them just fly by a minute ago. If you love our new in colors, you could take advantage of the starter kit, and you get $125 worth of product that you choose. Anything you want. It can even be the clearance rack. And then they will add on in color paper, in color stamp pads, in color bling for you, and some in color cardstock. It's about $69 worth of product, so you're getting about you're getting 125, and then you're getting about $185 worth of products for $99, so that's a good deal. And if you don't like being an active demonstrator after 6 months, then you just drop and you don't have to worry about it. It's always a no penalty to drop, no commitment. So we have a couple people here online, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use Cup of Tea tonight. Got a couple little pieces here we might use later. But mostly we're just going to use we're going to use some paper and lots of scoring and cutting, because if you're like me, you have lots of cards. You've already made lots and lots of cards, and I like to give my cards as gifts. So I thought we'd make a little gift bag to put the cards in, and that way you can always have them on hand to hand a friend when they come over for coffee or tea or whatever. You say, hey, I've got a present for you, and then you can hand them this. So I'll show you how we're going to do it. Don't worry about the measurements. I will post them for you later. I'll probably say them out loud just for myself, because I talk to myself, but you don't have to run around and get a pencil and write them down. So we'll put this to the side for just a minute, and we're going to start with this one that I have trouble saying. It's Orchid Oasis. It's one of the new in colors, and isn't it pretty? It's kind of purple, periwinkle. I don't know. It's beautiful is what it is. So this is 5 3/4 by 11. We just cut a little piece off the side there. And we're going to do some scoring here. Oh my goodness. I didn't write down all my measurements, so you're going to have to give me just a second here to catch myself. So this, we're going to put it in the long way, and we're going to score a 10.5. Since this is going to be a box, this is our side piece for folding over on our box. So that's 10.5. And then we'll score at 6. And then we'll score it 5 1/4. This is the other side of our box. And it's easier for me to turn this here to score it. This we will score at 3/4. You could do it the other way, but it's easier for me to do this one. Yeah. And then this is the one I did not write down, so I need to make sure I score it correctly. We're going to score it at 5. There we go. Now this is pretty much the base of our little box for our cards. And we'll put that trimmer. We'll need it again for some cutting, because of course we have to do some layering. So now let's take our bone folder and we'll do some scoring or burnishing. You get a better fold if you go ahead and use a bone folder. One more here. And now we need to do some little trimming for our tabs at the bottom. We're going to cut on the line to our 5-inch score, and it helps to just cut a little triangle there, because then you have less bulk on your paper when you're putting your box together. And we'll do this one. This always just makes any box that you're making, box or bag, fold better if you do that. And we're going to do some layering, because we have to decorate our box, and we're going to decorate it before we put it together. So here's my next layer. Is Peacock Party. Don't those colors look great together? I just love them. So we're going to cut this to fit on here. It'll be our first layer, and this is going to be 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. So let's see, let's do this way. I don't know, let's do it this way. 4 3/4, 4 1/4 and 4 1/4, 9, 10, yeah, that, I don't want to waste paper, but I think we'll be okay with this one. And this is 4 1/4, and we need 2 of these, one for the front and one for the back, because we want our box to be pretty. Let's see if that works for us. Yep. Now we need this here, a piece to go here, and that is like 3/4. Yep, and we need 2 of those. If you can always trim those down if we have to. So we've got those. Now our next layer is Tahitian Tide. So we've got 3 of our in colors here. So this will just be 4 1/2 by 4. Make sure we've got that correct. Now we need a little piece there, but I don't think, yeah, that is 4.5. And that was 3, so we'll make this at 1/2. We'll cut 2 of those, so we don't waste too much paper here. I think we all talk to ourselves, Leanne. I know I talk to myself all the time. So now we've got some layering to do here. We can just put that on with some of our tape. This is so bright and cheery. It's my favorite. Bright and cheery cards. We can do our 2 side pieces. I think since those are so thin, I'm going to use Tombow. I'm afraid if I try to get the tape on there, I'll get it all over my workspace. Okay, so this is what we're going to do first. It's a little tricky, but we want, this is our box, but I like to have a little hole there. So we're going to cut it with one of these beautiful shape dies. So we're only going to glue, adhere this piece on so that when we die cut it, we get all the layers. I'll show you the trick though, or a problem. If I want this to go through my die cut machine, it's only 6 inches, and this is about 8. So it won't go through like that, but we can make it work. We're going to go ahead and tape that. We're going to put this over here, and now it will go through the other direction. That's why I didn't. You'll see it's going to leave a shadow on this side, but we're going to cover it up so it'll be all right. So now we'll run this through the cut and emboss machine. We solved that little problem. Well, except I pushed this, so I should have been trying to multitask. We can get this to cut. Now I'm going to run it backwards and forwards about 3 times to give a good cut, because it's quite thick. I hope I lined that up. It's not too off-centered. Oh, that's not bad. So now we have our place where our fingers can go to pull our cards out. Looks like I need to snip that little piece off. Now you'll see here it left an indentation, but most of that will be covered up. Put that in a safe place by our paper, but you can always take your bone folder and burnish that off, and you won't notice it hardly at all. And I need to do that low edge part. Now we'll adhere this on here, and see, you hardly even notice that little part peeking out there. Good afternoon, Mary. Thanks for joining us. Hope you've had a pretty day. We've had a nice day here. Even got some more rain, which is great. Our favorite. So now we can put one of these on the side of our box. We'll save the other one for when our box gets assembled. Okay, now we're going to use to put this together, we're going to use score tape. It will hold quicker and tighter than Tombow. I think Tombow would work, definitely, but it takes a while to dry. So we don't want to hang around waiting on that. Oh, thanks for joining us, Cindy. Yes, I love these new bright ink colors. They're so pretty. Now we'll close our box up here. Push our tabs down. You see how when we cut those little, I'm going to cut this one some more. I think I'll just cut it off. When we cut those little angles out, then it makes the flaps go down better. And they're not rubbing on anything. And now we'll put some tear and tape here. You might want to take your bone folder and work that down nice and tight. The same thing on your side. Now we've got our little box started. We can put this on the other side. It's cute enough just like it is. You don't really have to decorate it, but we're going to decorate it. So you see how you can change this for any color combination that you like. Now we're going to stamp a teapot, coffee cup, teacup. And I'm going to do it in black. The striped one, I'm just going to make a black and white. You know how black and it makes your bright colors pop even more. But this has got those stripes and you want to ink it up really good. If you have trouble with that, you might want to use your Stamparatus. I didn't get it out today though. We can probably do some cutting all at one time. And we're going to do some of these little grassy herbs maybe growing out of there. We're going to use Peacock Party. This Cindy shared a card like this last night on our team meeting page, so kind of gave me some ideas. Oh, and you know what? I need some of these little bitty, we got these little bitty leaves here. We're going to do a couple of them. And we're going to do Orchid Oasis flowers on our blossoms. You could, if you were stamping directly on your card, you just stamp here, but we're going to die cut this. So, and then I want my tea bag to have this cute little tag. So we'll stamp that. And we can do all the cutting at one time, if we're lucky. So we'll go ahead and do this. Lay this on our plate. We have a new magnetic plate that came out in this catalog. I forgot to order it. So the next time I put in an order, I will probably do that, and then you'll get to see how it works. Now these little blossoms line up. We'll put some Post-it tape, and then we'll put this one. You could almost fussy cut this stuff. I don't know that I could fussy cut those little bitty flowers, though. And now I need these two little things here. And we have 2 of these, so we'll go ahead and cut 2. And if we need the other one, we'll cut it out. Could see where the magnetic plate would be real nice for this. That's pretty scary. Not knowing if I can see it, but we'll try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll stamp some more. It's paper. We can reuse some more. There, our pot looks great. Our cup. What do I want to call it? A teapot. And our little flowers. Nice and cute. That came out all right. Put all these back on my plate. Now this is the tricky one. I don't know if we lined those up very good. That one looks fabulous. That one will work. It'll work. Okay. So now we're ready to decorate our box. Before we put our little pots on, we're going to do some handles, just so that it doesn't get manhandled. And this is the only white, this is called white, but it really is kind of off-whitish ribbon that I have that's current. If you had some that wasn't, nobody would know, because it's yours. You can do whatever you want. But this is nice and soft too. And I think we want this soft and pliable. And so we're we're going to adhere this using I was trying to think, these brads. Do you remember when we had brads all the time? Everything was brads. We had brads shaped like cars. We had brads shaped like stars, hearts, tulips. Now we just have squares and circles. I mean, brads were so popular. And then they kind of lost their popularity. But I loved, you know, having all kinds of... There was even a website that's all they sold was brads. And you could order so many cute ones. We're going to punch this with a tiny little hole punch. And if you don't have brads, you could use, you could just run the ribbon through and tie a knot on the inside of the box. If you had skinnier ribbon, or twine, you could just run that through. So we're just going to kind of pleat that, and we'll run that down in there. I like these little square brads. I think they're kind of cute. I know. I'm sorry I ever got rid of my brads because I had so many cute ones. I might still have some. I just don't know, okay? But wasn't it fun to always have the perfect brad for a card or your scrapbook page? We can still use them. Or remember when we had the glass beads too? Teardrop beads. There's one handle for the front, and we need one for the back. The black would have been cute too here, but I didn't. Thought I'd use light tonight. This ribbon is so easy to run the brad through. That's also good because it's so soft. It just slides right in there. Okay, now we did that just so that when we're playing here, we don't make a mess. We're going to put on, most of this is going to be put on with dimensionals. I think I will just put a little drop of glue here for our greenery. And we'll put that on with some dimensionals. So Jamie, you could do this with your ladies when you do your cards this month. You could have them make a card box to hold their cards. Because so far it hasn't been too hard. Now we've got these blossoms, And you know, I meant to see if I would like that behind there. What do you think? No, you know, I don't like it. So there, we fixed that, didn't we? But it was on my desk and I didn't want to. I have some extras here that I cut out earlier, so we might use those. Now we're going to put these on with glue dots just because they're so tiny. And you could put a little drop of glue, but then sometimes your glue oozes, and I just think the glue dot kind of helps. It's quick. You can just pick it up with the blossom. Put these little bitties, these look like chicken feet. Are they? These get lost if you're not careful, because they're tiny. And one more. I think we'll put it over here. Now I'm going to put these just down here to kind of dress it up a little bit. Just make it cute. Like they fell off our flower. And now we can slide these under. See, nobody's going to notice that that one's not quite perfect, because it's going to be under here. And we'll put this one on the top. Not cute. Now I did pull out these new matte in color dots. I was thinking about putting some nestled in there, but I'm not sure. Oh, and you know what? We didn't do our This has a die, but my goodness, I can cut this. So we need to get this done too before we do anything else. This is the tea bag tag. I think when it's something straight like that, it's just as quick to snip it. Now we'll take a piece of white baker's twine. And get our dots out again. And put that on. I'm going to put another dot on top of it. Make sure it's adhered well. Trim that little bit off. This is a real technical thing here. Just going to put our tag there. We're going to use our piercing tool and we're just going to push that down in there. And it'll stay. Because there's all those glue dots and that adhesive. I'll hold it down in there. Doesn't that look cute? So what do you think? A few little dots? Yeah, I think so. Just kind of the tiny ones can be nestled in there. Yeah, I like that. So now this will hold about 4 cards and envelopes together. So I made, you know, I had this card we made the other day. And then this one I made a couple days ago. This has those little sparkly, that one looks like it needs some glue. But so I can slip these in here with envelopes. And now I've got a little gift to give my neighbors when they come over. So did you enjoy making a cute little box? A little pocketbook for your cards. Now I'll post these measurements for you tomorrow so that you don't have to worry about the fact that I didn't say them over and over again. You would puncture your fingers. I know, I would too. By the end of the day, sometimes my fingers feel like they've been through. This one maybe just didn't even get glue on it. I don't know. But we can fix that. It probably didn't get glue on it. All the others. Well, that one needs a little too, so we will operate on those. So we've got 2 cards already and then 1 in our box. So I think you get 4 or 5 cards and envelopes in this little box. So look for the directions tomorrow. They'll be here for you in case you want to make a box. And, you know, you can change it. This can be a circle. This could be an oval. Just don't know about punching 3 layers of cardstock and DSP, so that's why I used a die. All right, I will be back tomorrow with an in-color card. So I don't know what time, probably mid-afternoon, but it's one of my in-color card. It's not a class, what I call it. It's an in-color card focus for you. I think I have not used the Sweet Sorbet, so probably going to use Sweet Sorbet. So if you want to see a Sweet Sorbet card, tune in tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Bye.